guys again. Welcome to week 5 of Faster Way to Fat Loss. Hope you are loving spending this time with Bethany and I over the course of the past 5 weeks. And we're about 3/4 of the way to the end of our time together. And I'm just so proud of y'all. You have done amazing. And I know I say it every week, but I continue to just be so proud of you guys posting and being active in the group and us seeing your macros and just all your successes on Fridays. It's just amazing. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us and being part of this journey. We obviously love it and think it works and is amazing. And so we're glad that you're finally starting to see results. So I love week 5 because it is a week where we incorporate a couple new and different things that have been a part of the Faster Way to Fat Loss for a long time that are different from what we've learned up until now. So I'm really excited for you guys to get to learn those things. But before we go into those things, we are going to just review just kind of where we need to be and what we need to be doing as we head into this week 5. So continue, number 1, that intermittent fasting. We want to keep our digestion at rest for 14 to 16 hours if possible. Most days, you might have a day where a friend wants to go grab coffee or have a breakfast or something, and that is totally okay. But for the most part, let's keep that time at 14 to 16 hours and give yourself a little grace if there's a day that you're like dying and you have to eat before then or whatever. So feel free to break your fast a little early if you need that. But try as much as possible to keep tight on that fasting window because as we've learned, that is when the fat burning happens. So secondly, we are incorporating those low carb days on Monday and Tuesday. If you need to do it Tuesday and Wednesday or something like that because of your schedule, you're more than welcome to do that. And we remember that men on those days are going to keep their carbs at 100 and women are going to keep our carbs at 50. And that is our carbs minus our fiber. So we need to always be eating fibrous foods, but especially on those low carb days, if we eat those fibrous foods, it'll give us a higher net fiber, and then we can be able to keep our carbs under 50. So let's keep doing that. We find that it's more successful in your long-term wellness goals if you keep those low carb days back to back. That's why we do Monday, Tuesday, or whatever fits in your schedule. And pair them, if at all possible, with your HIIT workout, your high intensity interval training. And you can do whatever the workout is in the app for the day, or if you look under workouts, you can find other sprint workouts or Tabata or Dirty Dozen. There's a bunch of different ways for us to have our heart rate high and then bring it low, and then have it high again and then bring it low, because that is what we think really helps when we have these low carb days. So incorporating those together. Thirdly, we are continuing to add in those whole foods, exiting the processed foods, keeping that gluten and dairy out of our diet as much as possible. That's going to give us more energy, less bloat. Hopefully you're beginning to realize the difference between feeling bloated and feeling full. And for me, that was a huge change. Like, I think I was just used to feeling bloated, but I thought I was just full. But really, since I cut out gluten and dairy, I can enjoy a meal and just feel pleasantly full and not feel so terrible. So reach for those whole foods as much as possible. Snacking is where we get in trouble if you're on the go and you run into the gas station or have to go through a drive-through with your kiddos or whatever. If you have something in that glove box to pull out, an RX bar or a meat stick or some nuts or dried fruit, anything like that you can take on the go, throw it in your purse, throw it in your glove box so that you have it and are able to have those snacks when you need them. So reach for those whole foods as much as possible as you're going throughout this week, and that will really, really help you reach your macro goals. So remember, whole foods, low carb days, intermittent fasting. And if you have a day where you get off track, It is okay. I want you to track it. I want you to put it in there. I know it's tempting to be like, I'm just not going to track today because I made a mistake. Track it, own it, and then move on. And know that, okay, this is what my day looked like today, but I don't want it to look like that tomorrow. So I'm going to move on, and you're going to get the results that you want if you continue to do that. So stay tight on all the things we've been learning, macros, fasting, whole foods, and you really are going to get those results, I promise you. So as we look into week 5, we are going to be learning something new called the 24-hour fast. It is just a tenet of the Faster Way, and if you move into membership after this, it's something that we do once a month. And this is going to take your digestive rest even farther into a whole new level. I think it's a lot easier than we think. I initially was like super overwhelmed by this. Like before I was eating the way I'm supposed to be eating and fueling my body, I would get like shaky kind of throughout the day, and I was just not getting enough protein. And so when I thought about the 24-hour fast, I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. But I think we also thought we couldn't do the 16 to 8 window, and we can. So it's going to be easier than you think. And like we talked about last week, we talked about mindset last week, knowing the 24-hour fast was coming up this week. Mindset is so much about what it is for us to reach our goals. So if we believe we can do this and we are positive, we're going to get those positive results. I know we keep saying that, but it is so true. So just believe in yourself, know that you can do this, that it is possible. And if you do have autoimmune issues or thyroid issues, or you're breastfeeding and you feel like doing a 24-hour fast is not the healthiest option for me, reach out to Bethany or I, and we can chat with you. And especially if you're nursing, we really do not recommend doing the 24-hour fast. Just stick with a regular macro day. And if you want to extend your fasting window a little bit, maybe you could do that. But do not feel any pressure to do the 24-hour fast. We want you to keep your milk supply up and feed your little babes. Okay, so when we think about the 24-hour fast, if you can, a great thing to do is eat an earlier dinner the night before, so that you can eat an earlier dinner the next day. You're really only skipping 2 meals because we do our fast after dinner on a Wednesday night, and then we fast all day Thursday. So what is great about it is you really are only missing 2 meals, which is not that bad. So I try to do like 6:30, and then I like start my timer, or if you can do finish it up by 6, like that's awesome. So set that timer as soon as you're done. Drink your water. You're going to want to drink so much water. That is what is going to get you through that day. You're allowed to have black coffee, tea, and water. You can put a little lemon or cucumber in your water, but that is it. So normally during our fasting window, we say 50 calories or less, but on our 24-hour fast day, we really want you to do black coffee or black tea if you can. Water as much as you can. And we really would like you not to exercise. Definitely don't do a HIIT workout or a weight training workout. If you want to take a walk or do one of those active recovery days, like a yoga or a bar workout, like that would be fine. But we don't want anything that's going to get your heart rate really high. So I sometimes like to do a walk in the afternoon if I can, because after 2:30 you start thinking about the food a lot. And so taking a walk, get your mind off of it, go walk with your friends or take your kids to the playground, or enjoy just being outside. I know right now it's crazy hot, but you might be watching this in February and it won't be hot, but take a walk if you can. So the faster it will go by is if you keep busy and do stuff like that. So we're going to be doing this Wednesday evening to Thursday evening. And then when you break your fast on that Thursday evening, it's really easy to want to just like eat everything in sight because you have been, not eating. So make sure that you have a well balanced plate planned for your evening. You want proteins, carbs, and fats on that plate. So when you break it, don't break it with like a quick smoothie, or don't break it with a snack. We want you to break it with an actual full, well balanced plate. And we don't want you to track your macros that day at all. And you are going to do awesome. So I sometimes like to go grab dinner with my family or plan a date night or something like that, because it's so great for you to be able to go and have something to look forward to that day. So that's something that we like to do sometimes when I have the 24-hour fast. I have something kind of fun to look forward to that night. And then you can eat a yummy, yummy dinner and then don't track and go to bed. So that is what our 24-hour fast looks like. Don't forget black coffee, water, tea, lemon, cucumber. Try not to do berries or other things in your water on that day. And you're really going to enjoy it more than you think. The first time I thought there's no way I could do this, and it really wasn't that bad. So, and like we said, once you go into membership, you're going to be doing this once a month. So it's kind of one of those things that we really find beneficial to just kind of reset the system once a month to do this 24-hour fast. Okay, and then on Saturday, we are going to add in what we call a feast day. It's super awesome. It helps with our hormones. And if we're ever in a rut and kind of feel like we've plateaued or we're not kind of getting the results we want, sometimes incorporating this fast day, especially partnered a couple days after a 24-hour fast, can really just boost our fat loss. I know it kind of seems counteractive, but it really does. So on feast day, we're going to have 25% more of each of our macros. So 25% more protein, 25% more fat, 25% more carbs. And so say you normally eat 100 grams of protein. On a feast day, you're going to eat 125 grams of protein. Say you normally eat 200 carbs. On a feast day, you're going to eat 250 carbs. So, some things that I like to do on my feast day, sometimes I will break my fast a little bit earlier in the day and have a little bit longer eating window. And then that way I can make sure to get all those macros in. So if you maybe break your fast at 10 in the morning and enjoy like a big meal with your family. So our feast day is going to be on Saturday. So it is a great day. It's going to be your leg day, your day that you're going to have a treat, and you can maybe enjoy a meal with your family that you don't normally get to enjoy through this program because you're going to get to break your fast a little bit earlier in the day. So you will take whatever your goal is and multiply it by 1.25, and that will give you your feast day macros. So whatever your carbs are, your proteins, or your fats, multiply each of those by 1.25, and you will come up with your goal. If you have any questions, Bethany or I will be happy to answer those and can help you kind of walk through all of this stuff. So we are going to be able to give you some ideas to help you get that 25% over. So still focus on those whole foods. It can be very easy to be like, oh, I'm just going to grab a bag of chips or like eat these wheat thins and it'll bump up those macros. But try to stick to whole foods, just eating more of them if at all possible. Biggest thing is you want to think through and plan out your day. So on feast day, you're going to get to enjoy it as your leg day and your treat day, but really plan it out, think it through so that you are able to get in all the things that you need to get in. So feast day, 24-hour fast, 2 new things we're incorporating this week. It's going to be a great week in the Faster Way. We can't wait to live it with you. So stay active in that Facebook group. I know as the weeks go on, it can be easy to not post and to not track and all those things, but stay active if you can. Stay as tight on your macros as you can. Keep that fasting window tight. Just like you're nearing kind of the end of this journey. And so we really want you to think about all those things that we've been learning over the course of the weeks and really stay focused as we kind of finish out our last 2 weeks together. If you think you can do it, you're going to be able to do it. So believe in yourself, have that positive mindset. Positive people get those positive results. And so we know that you're going to have those awesome results at the end of week 5. So, this too is going to give you a picture of what membership is going to look like. If that's something that you want to do at the end of this, if you want to join our VIP where you get all the workouts and all the trainings and all the meal plan and the accountability and the one-on-one coaching, and then you'll get to incorporate these feast days and these 24-hour fasts as a part of membership. So if you're thinking about VIP, this week will give you a good taste of what that will look like. Please reach out if you have any questions or are struggling in any way, because we want to help you be successful in these last 2 weeks if you are struggling at all. So we are pumped for you and we believe in you, and we know you're going to have a great week in the Faster Way.